First of all, let me go to speaker view, set the recording, and share my screen. All right, welcome everybody to RX Live. Excited to be with you tonight. We have a great call lined up as we always do. It's like every call I could say this is like the best call ever, and we're definitely topping the charts on this one. So got a couple of special guests, and let's start first of all with the business at hand. Again, this is RX Live. My name is Rick Redford, and I can't see anybody on there, but I'm sure you can see me. So I'm pretty sure at this point in time. And I am the host of this call as well as many of the other calls. If you have not already put this on your calendar, please do. Saturday, November 14th at 12 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. For those of you who are time challenged, I know you're thinking of yourself when I say that. That's 11 o'clock a.m. Pacific Time, 1 o'clock Central Time, 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Nova Scotia, you're on your own on this one. Anyway, please put this in your calendar. This is going to be so much fun. It's all of the recognition from September 1st last year to end of October 30th of this year will be featured as title advancements. So please join us, whether you're the newest person, Michelle, who just joined us yesterday, who's on the call, or if you're the newest title advance, please plan on being on this call. And there's some special awards that are going to be awarded as well. Also, the virtual GoPro, which is happening in December. The dates are December 11th and 12th. Those you now with AOR points can purchase tickets. This is an awesome opportunity. If you have more questions about it, let me know. Let Omar know in the call center. We'll be able to help you out with that. If you have not already seen the quick little video that we posted that Deanna did on the upgraded Vinali product, 100% vegan now. Also kosher, also halal certified. And those are some of the new ingredients. If you didn't see that call, go on to our North American corporate, ARIIX corporate North American Facebook page. And you can see that little snippet of Deanna that we put up on there. Also the probiotics. This is a fantastic product. We've talked about it a lot on these calls. If you have not tried it, please do. It has so much going for it. Just such a great product. Also, still good through the end of this week during October Loyalty, Optimal V and Optimal M, almost never on special. So if you have not already taken advantage of this, this is a good one to take advantage of. You can stock up for the winter time. Y'all, I'm not kidding you. This is one of the best products out there. Best foundational group of products that we have in the product line. Also, we heard from TL. TL, I didn't ask for your permission, but there you are, before and after, using Lucin for a month. Look at the difference. Her skin is glowing. And that is not a change in light. She said this on a call the other day. That is not a change in lighting. Using the same lighting, that's actual sun damage and repair based upon using this product and this product line. Plus, obviously, the new Cerity is the Skin Cerity, excuse me, product, but that, in addition to the rest of Lucin, is what caused to happen on the skin. Can you believe that? That is radiant. It's awesome. Also, during this month, through the end of this week, back to school, the home detox in a single and a 5-pack. I have used this more over the last week than I think I've used it in the last months for everything. The smell of cigarette, if you're around someone who smokes, then you can spray it on your clothes, and unbelievable how fast the scent disappears. In athletic shoes, pet odor, odor in the house, cleaning the surfaces that you cook on. It's endless what you can use this in your car, especially during this time and the fear of flus and viruses and so on. Crazy product. And guess what? We are opening Brazil. This is a big deal. And if you have an interest, meaning, and I'm not saying a passive interest, meaning you say, oh, I would be interested to know. If you have a leader that's ready to go, email, text me, text one of the members of the Partners Council. There is a call tomorrow afternoon at 4:30 Mountain Standard Time where the GM of Brazil, the area director of Brazil, is going to be on to talk about the opening of the market. It'll be a 30-minute call. He'll give his contact information so that you can connect with him. If you have further interest, and I mean a serious interest, let me know. and we will, or let one of the partners council know. So here's the difference between a serious interest and a passive interest. A friend of a cousin's friend is living in Brazil right now, part-time. That's a passive interest. A real interest would be, I have a leader who is, I've been talking to her for a while. They've just been waiting for the market to open. That's a more real interest. So hopefully that explains it. And there'll be more opportunities. There'll be information disseminated. So you're not missing that opportunity if you're not on this call. This is for those who again, have a real interest. Okay, next up. If you have not been joining us on Monday afternoon for RX Success with Robert Allen, what a great call. And this has been a fantastic call, and I intend it to be. He has special guests each week. Stefan Page was there this past week. And it's just a great opportunity. It is an accountability call. So if you're not interested in being accountable in building your business, probably not the call for you. But if you are, join us. It's a great call, one of my favorites. So Dan, the man, is going to join me again because he was so good at pronouncing last names last week.
All right, let's do this.
I've asked him to join me. This is Dan Cawley, GM of North America for Noni by New Age, GM of US for Noni by New Age, or New Age Beverage, all of the above.
Just so everybody knows, I've been watching YouTube videos on all of the different abbreviations of states for the last week. That's all I've done. And so hopefully this week I'll get that better.
That is setting you up for
Actually, I didn't watch a single
pressure.
YouTube video, so I'm in trouble.
Okay.
So this could be embarrassing.
So new team leads. And again, team lead, first step in your RX journey. We love our new team leads, and we want to make a big deal out of this. So if you're on camera, clap, applaud, scream, yell. We can't hear you, but do it anyway. Sarah Suggs from South Carolina.
Dion Turner from Texas.
Magdalena Mingao from California.
Bridget Gonzalez from Washington.
Claudia Colazzo from Texas.
Vishal Sharma from Illinois.
Jamie Phelps from Colorado.
Neil Urban, Pennsylvania.
Margie Partain from Alabama.
Lynn Brown from colorful Colorado.
If you missed that one.
Oh yeah, if I missed that one,
you're in
Colorado. That's where I'm from. So way to go, Colorado.
James Williams, Wyoming. And from Canada.
Sandy Unra from Alberta.
Lucy Renault from Quebec.
Phil Socorso and Nina Lindrus from British Columbia.
Nicole Urbain-Belair from Quebec.
And Karine Darcy from Quebec.
All right, let's hear it for our new team leads. All right, new senior team leads. Jonathan DeRitter from Michigan.
Diane Aguirre.
Aguirre.
Or Aguirre.
Or Aguirre.
That's a Spanish
Yeah,
pronunciation.
that is.
If Diane, if you're Spanish, then I got it right. If you're not, then Rick's right. From Texas.
Carol Steele from Michigan.
Linda Bidding from Texas.
Christy Smith from Oklahoma.
William Kushwa from West Virginia.
Ramon Herrera from Utah.
Bridget Leonard from Arkansas.
Kate Miller, California.
Pam Purdy from North Carolina.
Brenda Council from California.
Chris Yee from California.
Sharon Hill from Arkansas.
Karen Crowther from California.
Alejandra Marin from California.
And Sophie how would you say that last name, Rick? Help me out here.
Garay?
Garay?
Sure.
From Utah. Way to go, Sophie.
Awesome. From Utah. We love Utah. Marnie Lay from British Columbia.
Carolyn Lister from Alberta.
Kendra Brown from Alberta.
And Mustafa Ahmed Abiudun from Ontario.
Awesome. Congratulations, new senior team leads. Well done. And new supervisors. John Richardson from Louisiana.
Robert Wood Jr. from Alabama.
Kenny Moore from Alabama.
Daniela Savoy from Texas.
Lindy Weaver from Texas.
Patricia Urleco from North Carolina. Urtecho, is that a T?
I think so.
Urtecho from North Carolina. Sorry, Patricia.
Holly Esterling from Michigan. Sorry.
Verlene Melton from Louisiana.
Lavanna Templeman from Montana.
And, or is that Missouri?
That's Missouri. I am so sorry. I got it wrong.
YouTube videos.
YouTubes, no YouTubes.
All
I
that
blew
YouTube
it.
watching I've been doing this last week, Rick.
So I'm going to pause and rewind. Lavana Templeman from Missouri.
Well done, Lavana. And Ulufemi Abewaya from Colorado.
And from Canada, Janice Arlene Jordan from British Columbia.
Suzanne Auger from Quebec.
And Elizabeth DrGinger from Manitoba. Congratulations, new supervisors.
Great job.
Would you have got the MB?
No, I think that's the first person from Manitoba we've recognized. I wouldn't have.
It might have been,
Yeah.
since we've been doing it. Yeah.
So, hey, congratulations. First one from Manitoba.
Senior supervisors. Juan Corrigan from Mississippi.
Monica Lammy from Louisiana.
Heather Zika from Oklahoma.
Natasha Ling from Texas.
Sonia Morgan from Oklahoma.
Carolyn Townsend, Alabama.
Henry Alexander Urichia from California. Or Umitia. That's an M, not 2 R's, right? Or is that 2 R's?
That's 2 R's.
Uritia from California. I was right the first time.
There you go.
Okay.
And Joe Luter from Texas.
And Caroline La Rochelle from Quebec.
Hey, well done.
New senior supervisors. Awesome. New managers this week. Let's hear it for Liana Butt from North Carolina.
Kathy Langford, Texas.
Cindy Hansen from Ohio.
And John Roberts, Alabama.
Way to go, John. Way to go, all of our new managers.
Wow.
Sweet. New senior managers. Soon Young Lee from Ontario.
Congratulations.
Way to
the
go.
One and only.
The one and only Soon Young Lee. New senior director, skipping directors this week.
Okay.
Sonia Enfinger from Alabama. I got a chance to meet her in Texas.
Wow, cool.
Sonia, congratulations. That's great to see.
Congratulations, Sonia. Excellent job. Excellent job.
Yeah, she's great. New vice president this week, Angela McTammany from New York. Way to go, Angela.
From New York. Good
Yeah,
job.
and
Well done.
top power ranker in New York right now. I saw the post today. Way to go, Angela.
Wow. Good job.
Beautiful. Well done. New officer. Now it's getting serious. Josh Kep from Colorado. And Josh was on the 18 last Thursday, did a fantastic job. Josh, way to go, my friend.
Congratulations,
Awesome.
Josh.
New officer. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
And Josh's story is a great story, how, he just kind of coasted for a little while and participated, was at every event, and just really, really caught the vision. And since that time, it's just been knocking it over. So,
wow.
Josh, way to go, man.
Way to stick with it, Josh.
Amen. Okay, so our transformation story tonight is a really, really cool one. And Dan is going to stay here because he's actually going to speak in a little bit.
Cool.
Yeah, we're going to hear a little bit more about him. But Kristen White is a member of our Athletes Council. She is a trainer to top football players, celebrities. She's a personal trainer and she takes it very seriously. She's had her own transformation, but she is now training for an Ironman triathlon. And in the words of her dad, he says to me, first of all, she's not just doing it to compete. She doesn't do things just to compete. She's doing it to win. Wow. And I don't doubt it. So, Kristen, are you there?
I am here. Yes.
Hey,
hopefully you can see me. I think I've taken video and unmute all. So.
Oh no, I can hear you perfectly. And I'm not going to you directly because I'm going to show a couple of your before and afters. Then I'll withdraw the screen. So
okay, perfect.
This is the first one, and these pictures are incredible. But even now, so this is the best one. I mean, that is awesome.
Wow.
So a lot of people would look at that first picture and so she didn't really need to lose weight, which technically you probably didn't. But look at the lean difference, and you're even more lean now. So
probably a little bit because I've continued to use all the products.
I know. So I'm going to go off screen for a second so we can see your lovely face. And I should have let your dad announce you because he kind of thinks you're pretty cool.
Yes, because I feel like he might even hype me up more than I can live up to.
Well, he's your greatest fan for sure. But welcome to the call tonight. What I thought I would do is, first of all, tell a little bit about your journey, because I think it's important, plus why you're excited about this training. I mean, this is a big deal. I've been to the Big Island. I've seen the Ironman. I watched it from a restaurant on the second floor of an air conditioned room, but it is an amazingly and unbelievably demanding event. So the floor is yours.
Sure. Okay. So I'll just tell a little bit of background first on how I just even got started on using any of the products in general. My dad actually introduced them to me, and he knows nothing really about health and fitness, which I was already at the time personal trainer, had been a trainer for many years, led tons of group exercise classes, started that in college. And he brought me some products and he said, I think I'm going to try these to lose weight. And I looked at him, I said, no, you really shouldn't be doing that. I mean, you're overweight already. What if these have stimulants in it? You could really get sick or hurt yourself. So I was like, give them to me. I'll try them first. And if I feel like they're okay, then I'll hand them back to you. Well, I didn't do anything different but start taking the slenderized drops. This was back, I guess, in 2012. Slenderized drops and the optimals, I believe, at the time. And I lost like 8 pounds. I didn't have a whole lot of weight to lose at the time, but I still did. So I was like, okay, this stuff is great. You're not getting this stuff back. You're going to have to get your own set now. So that's how I originally got introduced to them. I got pregnant and had a baby. And the first, I believe, before picture you see where I was really heavy or looked really heavy compared to the other one. Well, I just had a baby 2 months prior to that. So I gained 65 pounds. So let me tell you, I ate donuts and pizza and everything when I was pregnant. So I was a big girl. So as soon as I got done having my baby, I was like, I've got to get back serious again. So got back on the drops, got back on really heavily on the program. And I was taking just about everything that was offered at the time. And this was in 2015. I lost not only the 65 pounds that I gained during my pregnancy, I lost 10 more within 6 months. So when I say I know the program works, if you stick to it, it will work. You just have to be consistent with everything you're doing. And that goes with anything in regards to exercising, the drops in business. You have to be consistent for things to work. So that's my first original transformation I consider was when I had baby and needed to lose baby weight. Then the second round of transformation pictures where you said some people would think that the before looked pretty good and then there's the after. Well, that was just, I kind of got what I would consider a little fluffy for me. And I said, hey, I'm going to get back on the program real strict again and see what it can do. And that transformation was actually about a 7-week period between those two pictures. And it was just, again, getting consistent again and taking everything like I was supposed to take and just really working the program and watching the foods. And again, like I always say, be consistent with it and it will work. A lot of people ask what I take now. So if people are curious about that, I'm happy to share the exact regimen I follow and which products I take and which ones are my favorite.
Yeah, if you want to, maybe while we introduce Dan, if you want to type it into the chat maybe or
Sure.
something like that, that'd be great. So talk a little bit about what you're training for and
Okay.
what that's going to look like.
So I just signed up to complete an Ironman triathlon and I've never done a triathlon period. So I don't know why I decided to do the biggest one they had, but that's kind of how I am. I made my mind up that I want to do a triathlon. So why not just go for the biggest one they offer? So an Ironman is a swim, bike, run, and you will swim 2.5 miles. Then you will bike 112 miles, and then you will run a full marathon, which is 26.2 miles. And you do this all in the course of one day. So I'm already a pretty good runner, and I'm already a cyclist. I don't know how to swim well, and that's going to be my challenge in my training is learning how to swim correctly, and then obviously swim really far. And it's going to require a lot of work. But also when you're working out that hard, you have to stay on top of your nutrition. If you don't have the energy for it, you will not be able to finish. So that's right now where I'm where I'm at. I'm at the pool about 3 days a week. I cycle 3 or 4 days a week, and I run about 3 days a week. And I also teach classes 6 days a week. So I'm having to add this into what I already do. So you'll have to wish me a lot of luck and a lot of support, because I'm hoping I can not only finish, but as my dad said, I am competitive. So I want to finish pretty well. So that's the goal.
Well, we wish you all the best. And I know I've talked to Chris about filming some of your progress, or have you filming some of your progress, and let us track you. Let us
Yes, I would
be
love
there
it.
with you and watch you and be a part of it, and know what you're taking to help. And you'll
Yes.
especially you'll be so in tune, even more so with your body during this kind of training, because it's so strenuous. I wish I lived in Tennessee. I was a swimmer, a competitive swimmer, and I've coached a lot of people how to swim and the fundamentals of that. Someday we'll have a conversation. I'll talk to you about
Please.
three tips that will change everything about your perspective about swimming.
Well, I need all the help I can get right now.
Well,
with
I'm
it.
happy to do that, because I've done 3 triathlons, and I have not done even a half Ironman. I've done the Olympic and the sprints, and so yeah, let's talk.
Yes, please. That would be great.
Perfect. Well, Kristen, thank you for being with us tonight.
Yes, and I'll type in the chat my page if
Yeah.
people do want to follow. I post things all the time, fitness tips and product tips and just general health fitness stuff. And then that can also be where people follow the path to the Ironman.
Awesome. That's great.
So cool.
Thank you so much for being with us.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. All right. So next up on the agenda is let me go to the photography. I want to share his GQ photo with you. So
Oh, stop. Oh, wow. I do look pretty good in that.
you
one.
look good in that picture.
Okay, just leave it up there for a little longer then. Go ahead.
All right. So as I said before, Dan Cawley is the GM of North America for Noni by New Age, and he is going to be the GM of the US for all of the New Age entities. And he and I work very closely together. In fact, so closely that our desks are right next to each other.
I'm the clean desk back here. See how clean that one is? You should see, this is why Rick doesn't show the camera down towards his desk. It's filthy.
Yeah.
Actually, totally opposite.
For those of you who know me, you know that that's not true. I'm so OCD, it's just crazy. Anyway, so what I wanted Dan to do is tell you a little bit about his background, and then I'm going to ask him a couple questions about his perspective about the coming together of the companies, as well as what he has seen about ARIIX, because mostly those people that are on this call, there is going to be some Noni people, there's some Zenoa people on here, but for most part, most of the attendees are going to be ARIIX and the ARIIX tribes that have come together, the Nucerity, the Libu tribes, and so on.
Sure.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So real fast, before I get into my story, I'm going to circle back to Kristen's triathlon thing. I actually had to take a nap just listening to her detail out all of the different things she has to do, like 26 miles, that swim. I seriously, I needed to just go like recharge back here while I was listening to that. That is awesome. Yeah. I've done a sprint triathlon, lots of fun. I can't swim. I was getting lapped in the swimming pool that we were doing the triathlon in. Just lots of fun though. Triathlons are amazing. Wish we could come cheer you on while you're doing that, because I would love to be on the sidelines just cheering you on, especially at the finish line.
Maybe we will.
Yeah. Can we make that happen?
Next year, yeah.
Oh, let's make that happen. A little bit about me. I've been in the industry since 1998. I started with a company by the name of Mirinda. That was our company name when I first joined. I had no idea what network marketing was when I joined the company. I actually just got the job as a customer service agent while I was working my way through school here locally. And just, it was so much fun back in the early days of our company. We were growing exponentially, and our customer service team, I mean, we had hundreds of college age students working in the customer service departments. So much fun. It was, we had people I shouldn't say hooking up, but getting married, that got married because of working together. I'm sure there was hooking up at some point in there. Yeah. We won't. HR is not listening to this, so no worries. But it was so much fun, such a cool environment. I actually fell in love with the company, fell in love with the product more than anything. Had a very, very cool product experience early on with my career with Noni. and I'll probably save that product experience for another day. It's kind of a long story, but fell in love with the company. Just kind of stuck around through going to school, working my way through school. Took a job with the sales team that actually relocated me to the south.
Mhm.
I moved myself. I was single at the time. Moved myself to Atlanta, Georgia, where I helped set up one of our satellite offices at the time. Was there for about 3 or 4 years. Met my wife, who is from Atlanta.
Mm.
So I got myself a little Southern belle, which is awesome.
Sweet.
And from there, I was actually reassigned to go up to the DC area, where I was tasked with opening up another satellite office, which unfortunately that didn't really work out. And we, as a company, we kind of changed strategies and moved all of the sales guys back here to Utah. And so 2008.
Mm.
Fun story. I actually proposed to my wife event back in 2006.
From stage?
From stage.
Sweet.
Wove it perfectly into my presentation. Yes, I used a couple of Dumb and Dumber lines. If you're fans of the movie Dumb and Dumber, I mean, it was just, for me, it was perfect. I did it in front of 700 of my favorite people who were there to witness it. My family was able to see it. So yeah, I was able to do that. Been with the companies for a long time. Love it. I love the industry. You know, one of my favorite things to say about network marketing is, you know, one of the best things. Well, let me start it this way. One of the hardest things about the network marketing industry is sometimes the people, and the best thing about network marketing is the people. I have some of my closest friends in the industry. In fact, I talk more with the distributors that we work with more than I talk to my mom and dad. Like, y'all are family to me. And you know, just when, you know, I have distributors who call my children their grandkids. They call me up and say, hey, how are my grandkids doing? You know, it's that kind of relationship that I've just grown to love. You know, having been in a lot of different, actually, I got to change that. Not having been in a ton of different other jobs. Obviously, I've been with this one for 22 years. But other jobs that I've worked, you don't get to have that connection with your customer base like you do in this industry. Like, I worked at a bank, and you would never see repeat customers, very rarely come up to your window at the bank. But here, being able to help somebody and be able to follow up with them, and then to be able to see them have success and see them walk across the stage and have them tearfully embrace you as they've made this wonderful achievement. I mean, you don't find this anywhere else. I mean, you can't find this in any other career. So that's a little bit about my background. You didn't give me a time frame to how much time I'm going to talk, so I could talk
about half of that, but that's great. No, I'm kidding.
I usually don't talk as much. Like, I'm usually pretty quiet and reserved. But
actually,
you asked a question.
I'm kidding. No.
Okay.
So what I want your perspective on, because you've worked with a lot of leaders around the world, and this is not a comparison by any stretch, but what's been your first impression about the culture you see at ARIIX, as well as the leaders? Because I know you met many of them and met many of the distributors in Texas when you were there.
My first impression is y'all sure know how to dance. Like, one thing that we will not need to do is to teach y'all how to dance, because at that celebration, y'all had it going on. So I saw some amazing dancing that night. In fact, I was too intimidated to even get out there on the dance floor. Y'all were so good. But in all seriousness, you know, I've had this conversation with a couple of people, especially on the Noni by New Age side. They've asked, you know, how was it at that event? And a couple of my thoughts that I've shared with them, and I'll share it with this group. Number one, there was an amazing energy at that event. Just an enthusiasm and energy and excitement that I haven't felt in a little bit at any distributor event that I've been to recently. I mean, we have groups in the Noni by New Age side that can match that energy, but it's been a while since I've been a part of something that strong and that, I mean, it was just palpable, that energy. I mean, even from the gentleman, and I don't remember his name, but when Mark Wilson was speaking from stage, and he did his little Knight's Tale analogy, and whoever the gentleman was that made it up on stage, he killed it. Like, seriously, the energy he brought to the room was amazing. I feel like he was one of many who could have probably have done the same thing and brought that same energy level. So I thought the energy that the group had was amazing. Well done. The leadership ability of that room, I mean, it was it was actually really interesting. As I sat there and listened to it, I thought, oh my gosh, there was just like one right after the other of leaders that went up on stage and absolutely slayed it. Like they just were so good and so polished from stage. The content that they were able to share was amazing. I was really, really impressed. And actually, I shared with Rick following the event. I said, you know what, Rick, if I were to start a company today, there was probably 15 people to 20 people in the room that were what I would call company starters. You could build a company around those people in the room. It's rare to find one or two of those in any meeting, but I mean the leadership abilities and the level of professionalism there was just top notch. And then one of the other things, I thought that there was just great synergy in the room. And I know it's a blended family, and even now as we've done this merger, we're an even more blended family. But I loved how I couldn't tell the former Limu distributor from a ARIIX distributor from a Nucerity distributor. I couldn't, you couldn't like tell the difference. Everybody had really come together. They were working so well together. I mean, just how cohesive you guys are. I was very impressed and very excited to help the distributors from our firm to be able to experience that cohesion and that synergy that you guys have. So very impressed with those couple of things.
Cool. Well, Dan, thanks. I wanted you to get to know him a little bit better. I'm not going anywhere. My role is area director, president of North America, and we are taking this to the next level. And so Allison still, obviously country manager, and we've got Dan in the U.S. We are all three of us working together to really build and work together with all of you to build something really, really special. So we're excited for the future.
Great. Hey, thanks for having me. Look forward to getting to know you guys even better as we work closely together. My last thing I want to say is just, hey, I'm a corporate servant. I don't feel like distributors work for me. I work for you. And so anything that I can do to help you be successful, please let me know. So thanks for having me, Rick.
And he doesn't say that. He acts that way too. So sometimes you hear that on a call and you're like, that sounds great. And then you can't ever reach them or they don't actually respond the same way that they act. And I've noticed in working together with Dan that he's a man of his word that way. And that means a lot. I know it means a lot to all of you and you're going to love working with him.
Okay.
So awesome.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks for the time.
So to round up the, actually to not round up, but to finish off, to square off, to batting cleanup, so to speak, as I like to say, because I like baseball, none other than chairperson, one of the members of our Partners Council, the dynamic duo of Aaron and Ginger, or Ginger and Aaron, I guess is the better way to say that, and also a member of our Scientific Advisory Board, a very unique group that works together in developing and working with our products. So please welcome Dr. Ginger Decker.
Hey, Rick. Hey, everyone.
It's good to see you. And we are so excited tonight with the changes, the upgrades and the formulas. You're going to tell us tonight about PureNourish and Power Boost, but thank you. Thank you again for being willing and available.
Oh, absolutely. This is my passion. I love to share. So the other thing I love is literally every 2 to 3 years, we look at new research, new ingredients, new information, and upgrade our products. You just saw that recently with Giving Grains, right? We added triple the amount of broccoli sprouts. We added more digestive support, enzymes, probiotics. You also saw that when we combined Jovea and Nucerity to our new non-toxic Lucem line. Gotta love the face serum out of that line. That's my favorite. And then you also last week saw that we did that with the Vinale, where we added more vitamin C from whole food sources. We added grape skin extract in addition to the grape seed extract that was in there that has resveratrol. There's tons of studies on that. And we added the clear veggie cap. All of our capsules are moving over to veggie cap. So that makes this product 100% vegan. So that's just a little bit of what we've done. And it seems like every week we've got some more things to share with you. So we just reformulated our PureNourish, and I'll share a little bit about our Power Boost as well, because we're always moving and shaking and we're always pushing for continued excellence. So as for the PureNourish, we actually upped the plant protein that's in there from 15 grams to 18 grams. And that's a pea and cranberry based protein. It's plant-based. All of our products are gluten-free, GMO-free, dairy-free as well. So this stays in line with all of that. The allergy-free, so no soy or any of those allergens that are pretty common. So it's pea and cranberry based protein, but even more protein. I know Kristen will like that. We also added and increased our probiotic, prebiotic, and enzyme blend. And I want to talk just a smidge here about that, because understand, as we talked about with the probiotics, that your gut, like your intestines and everything that goes along with it, comprises about 70% of your immune system. And today we need a strong immune system. So we've really incorporated a lot of gut health ingredients, right? Giving Greens has it. And now our new PureNourish has it as well. So we've added a super dose of the enzyme, probiotic, and prebiotic blend to that. So improved digestive support and immune support just because of what it does with your gut. Then we added DHA. If you're not familiar with that, that is a long chain omega fatty acid that actually we derived, our source is from an algae. So it's a vegan, I love that, plant-based DHA. And if you think of DHA, it's like a brain charger. That's what it does. It boosts your brain power, optimal % fat, and this is a great source of energy, of fat for the brain, again in that long chain omega-3 fatty acids sourced from algae. So those are just three of the boosts that we did with the PureNourish, and many of you are probably experiencing that already. Instead of having something back ordered and sort of waiting for a launch date later, because we're growing so fast organically and literally exploding with the merger and everything, many of you have probably already gotten the new bag of PureNourish and you're experiencing that. And if you haven't, well, you will from this day forward. Next up, let's talk about Power Boost. So Power Boost is our chocolate flavor, cocoa flavor, branched chain amino acids, which if you don't know what it is, amino acids. Right now, though, I want to kind of explain what's happening. So between now and January is when our new formula that I'm going to explain to you in North America, you get to experience our European Power Boost. Because of our explosive growth, we're going to be sharing that with you until we get our new formula. This is the same superb quality that you're used to in terms of certifications and all of that, but it has a more of our dark chocolate kind of flavor. So you get to play with that for the next couple of months until the upgraded version is launched in January. The upgraded version, we upped the BCAAs, the branched chain amino acids, which are your building blocks of muscle. They also help to maintain muscle. And we also added some medium chain triglycerides, which help to accelerate the nutrient conversion. They help with appetite suppression as well. So all kinds of goodness going on with that coming out in January. So again, many of you probably have already experienced in maybe your auto delivery, or maybe you ordered some Power Boost. I know, honestly, Rick, we go through about 5 or 6 bags of Power Boost in our house a month because we use it not only in the shakes, but other fun little recipes, little treats. You can literally have your cake and eat it too with that product. And so you'll get to experience that. So I'm super excited about that. And you know what? The other best part about all of these positive changes, these upgrades, the same price, right? We're not upgrading the price, we're just upgrading the ingredients, because that's what we do. We stay with the research, we stay with the new ingredients, we tick it up just a bit every opportunity that we can. So these powerful new formula upgrades, you know, with our continued push to excellence. Back to you, Rick.
Awesome. And do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions too? And we'll just talk back and forth, if that's okay. So one of the things I wanted to focus on and just to share with you is, people have asked, well, man, why did you change? Because we loved the PureNourish and we loved the taste and so on. We believed that in order to support the ongoing growth, the current manufacturer that we had was just not what we were believing where it was going to be dependable enough long-term for us. And like everything else, and I don't know if you know this, but we have what we call duplicate or contingent manufacturing. So that if something was to happen in our primary manufacturing, like an earthquake or some sort of natural disaster, that we wouldn't skip a beat. We have redundant manufacturing around the world. Well, in discovering these redundant manufacturing, we were able to discover one in Ireland that was a really, really high-end powder manufacturer that had the capacity to support all of our growth as we move forward. And so we thought, you know what, this is a perfect time to do that. And so in switching that manufacturing, I can tell you, and Ginger, I know you have the experience with this too. When you're dealing with natural products, how many of you, first of all, have bought a banana in the spring and bananas in the summer look different and they even taste different? Well, nobody's calling the banana companies saying, dang you, you changed the flavor. Because from harvest to harvest, natural ingredients, the taste, the flavor, and the consistency, and even the color adjust from time to time. The only way you can avoid that is with artificial colors, artificial flavors, and so on, which we'd never use. So has that been your experience as well, Ginger?
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, I love the redundancy of the sources of the raw materials that we have, because that's really, I mean, other companies don't do it the way we do it. And I love that, you know, we've got that backup going on, and, you know, and we're constantly evolving. And so don't let change be a
Right.
bad thing. Change is a good thing, because we're upgrading, we're adding new things, and you're going to see some other positive health effects because of it with the people that you're sharing this with.
Exactly. And I know. We get so used to a taste, and taste is such a big part of our decision making. And so we're asking for your flexibility and with this change a little bit. The PureNourish was more of a natural. And to be honest with you, I love the flavor of the new PureNourish. It's a little bit more of a vanilla flavor. So it's, for me anyway, it's more flavorful. Some people like the neutral. I've tried the new with both the chocolate boost as well, or power boost, as well as with fruit, and it's the same to me. But by itself now, it's a little bit better flavor, and that's just been my perspective. And some people like dark chocolate over semi-sweet chocolate. So I'm not going to make your mind up for you whether you love or not love. The good news is, by bringing in the European version, we were able to avoid out of stocks. The other thing I wanted to comment on, this has nothing to do with the products in general, but it has everything to do with the delivery. COVID-19 around the world has affected delivery on finished product, raw materials, shipping around the world. You would not, I mean, if I told you some of the stories of what our operations team has been able to do to avoid, for almost the most part, being out of stock of products when other companies are suffering from this, it's nothing short of miraculous. And I know, Ginger, you're more familiar with this than most, but it really is a fact.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And you know what? Our company is on top of it. They're on top of they were prepared, not that they were expecting what happened to happen, but they were prepared from a foundational standpoint so that no matter what happened, they could fill the need. So I just love what we're doing. We're doing it right. We're exploding, you know, and we're constantly upticking the products for you to share with people. And you know, we're not going to have a 20-year-old formula, because things change over 20 years, right? And so there's a lot of companies out there that don't do that.
Yeah, amen. Thank you for being on. I'm going to ask you one last question because I have to. It's part of who I am. What are you most excited about? I mean, you know, don't take off your scientific advisory board hat and put on your seeing RX for the new age RX for the first time, and you're opening your eyes, and so you're hearing it for the first time. What is it that excites you the most about where things are going?
You know, I think, you know, RX was already amazing. And, you know, I always hashtag RX lifer, and that would always be the case. But this merger has made it's upticked the energy, like to the nth degree, where people are so excited. We're going to be able to be in so many more countries. We're going to have so many other products coming on board that we don't have, and maybe even things that we weren't even thinking of that we're going to have access to. And it really expands your options for people who maybe weren't into weight loss, but maybe they might be into this or that or the other. So our array of choices out there is growing exponentially, and our countries are growing exponentially. And you know what? No matter who you are or where you are, there's kind of no excuse not to grow a business, because there are people who know people all over the world. And so just tap into don't sit now. This is not the time to sit. This is the time to get up off your bums and start doing some daily activities and making this grow, because it will never be easier with what we have than it has all this time. It will never be easier than during this time because of the momentum that we have and the options and the opportunities that we have. So get out there and share what we're all about.
That is absolutely true. A lot of people are they're sitting on the sidelines because they don't know exactly what it's going to look like. And I want to pose an analogy. Those of you who have had children, part of the excitement of going through all that is wondering what that child is going to look like. I mean, you would never have a family saying, "Oh, I'm so resistant to this. I'm going to wait to have this child for another 10 months because I'm not sure exactly what it's going to look like when it comes out." I mean, I know that sounds absurd, but in reality, isn't that what a lot of us are doing? It's like, well, I'm not sure exactly what the name is. Well, first of all, if you were a part of a startup company today, and it had, which you are actually, it's a $600 million startup company, and you had all of the vision of where we're going, not exactly what it's going to look like, what exactly the name is, or what exactly the products in your shopping cart are going to be today, tomorrow, or the next day. That isn't what this vision is based on. The vision is truly based on the vision of what we're creating and what the possibilities are. And so, to Ginger's point, don't be so focused on what to call ourselves. Be focused on the big vision of where we're going and what place in that journey you can take. And I don't know if you wanted to say one last thing or not. I think that's really important.
One of the things that we actually talked with our team about last night is if you're feeling overwhelmed because of all this action and maybe you haven't kept up, or maybe you're just like, oh my gosh, like if you're feeling overwhelmed, call your upline, call someone, within your team, or call anyone within ARIIX and help them kind of walk through for you how to take the next step so that you're not feeling overwhelmed, right? Be a part of this. Don't sit on the sidelines. I promise you, it will be the thing you regret, probably one of the top 3 things that you regret in your life if you don't jump on board this train. So don't feel overwhelmed, and definitely reach out to someone who can help you kind of walk through this in your space, what you're comfortable with, whatever level you want to be at.
Awesome. Ginger, thank you so much. We're so fortunate to have you be a part of the company, and your expertise, your ability to train. And for those of you who don't know, unselfishly, Dr. Ginger comes on many calls that are not even a part of her team. She and Aaron both are so willing to help. So thank you so much for your giving, for your participation. It's awesome.
Well, you know what? My pleasure. This is definitely, the health side is definitely my passion, but the business side is becoming more and more about my passion. So you might see me change roles at some point, Rick.
Ooh, Aaron's going to be Dr. Aaron, and you're going to be the. Are you gonna? I want to see that on stage. I want to see you dance like Aaron.
Oh, I don't know if I can do that.
Perfect. Thank you, Dan, my partner in crime here. Thank you. Kristen, thank you for starting us off in the energy, and we are so following you in your journey and your training. It's awesome. And Anthony, as always, thank you for being so, again, to give up your time and to be the co-host and help me manage these calls. Trust me, Florida, it's on me, my friend. All right, I'm going to stop the recording and unmute the lines. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. We'll see you on Thursday night on A-Team.
Say goodbye.
Thank you.
Wait.